how to launch a digital outreach system. Now, what can we learn from online dating for churches? Consider the transformation of how we find love today compared to the eras of our grandparents or even our parents. With the invention of online dating, the landscape of romance has drastically changed. You might wonder what the shift in finding a mate has to do with church growth and its impact. Let me explain the connection. Think about the number of people you know who have met their partners through dating online. My wife and I know a number. Many individuals who have prayed for a spouse and found them on the internet and are now happily married. This phenomenon isn't just about romance, it extends to how we engage with faith and how churches grow. Digital outreach is much like online dating, has revolutionized how people discover and connect with churches. So consider how many individuals have found their faith through an online video, a post, or digital outreach efforts. The process is similar to online dating. The initial connection is made online, followed by an in-person meeting. For churches, this means the journey often begins with digital engagement and builds, and then someone attends the church physically. Now, perhaps, then they respond to an altar call and they commit their life to Christ. Yet the crucial role of the online interaction is frequently overlooked. Now, let's take the story of Rodney. Now, while we were helping Pastor Tim launch a new church, taking care of all of his digital outreach, the church attracted over 400 people on the first day. In this process of launching the church, I met Rodney, who discovered the church through online advertisements. He felt compelled to visit. Ultimately, he recommitted his life to Christ. A commitment that extended to him and his family. Now, Rodney's story shows the profound impact of digital outreach because he grew up in church, then he came back to the Lord. His wife and kids didn't know the Lord, so then he drew them out, all because of a digital ad, all because of digital outreach. And when I spoke to him, his testimony was so powerful because his life and his family's life was transformed by the Lord, all because of digital outreach. Now, digital outreach is similar to online dating in that everything starts with that first impression. Just as poorly presented dating profile, those horrible profiles, can push away matches, a poorly managed digital church presence can turn away potential people that want to visit your church. They know you never get the conversation, all because it looks so bad. That's Rodney's story. Because it touched him online, he came out physically to the church. Now, understanding this, we can change our approach to our church online to be thoughtful and compelling. Just like a dating profile is intended to attract a true match, it all begins on the digital front. Now let's dive into the 7 steps to launch a digital outreach system at your church. Now the scripture tells us that people perish without a vision. You've got to have a vision. You got to have a plan. So the first place is just to see the harvest and the hurting all around you. You must see it, that old saying, to be it. So first we've got to see the vision for digital outreach and the hurting around us, and it all starts with vision. Now, number 1, craft a digital vision and plan. Align your digital strategy with your church mission, your values. Leverage digital tools to engage the community and integrate online efforts for cohesive ministry impact. Now, here's a shot of my father and I with Pastor Tommy Barnett. It was at his church in Master's Commission where I got a heart for souls, going out on the bus, man, reaching people in the inner city. I got that passion. And all of that, as I look back, it all started, then went into missions and impacting people. But I want to let you know that's what digital is all about. It's a heart for people. It's all about reaching people. Now, number 2, understand and connect with your audience online. That means identify the exact target. Who do you want to reach? And, utilize the right platforms for the right age groups, their interests. Then set objectives. Who do you want to reach? Who do you want to touch? And then right there, target them on the social media platforms. Now, next is you need to allocate resources. See, businesses understand ROI. They understand, what a return on investment is. As a church, oftentimes we give, something beautiful to missions and things out there, overseas that there's not necessarily a set ROI because we know our spiritual mission. In the same way that heavenly reward, we need to look at digital missions and look at digital first and realize the power of investing in digital missions. Now, number 3, allocate digital resources intentionally. When I see pastors come to us, they're normally hesitant at first because what normally happens is they're looking at either cost, saying that's too much for digital outreach, or the board doesn't see the vision. But then they finally decide, okay, we'll allocate the time, we'll allocate the money. And one of the things that normally always happens is that then next year they start allocating more funds because they see the results. But here's 3 quick steps. Budget for software, digital marketing, and content creation. Assign a dedicated team or hire someone like a team like ours to come in and help. Schedule regular content that aligns with your church's messaging and impact. Now, these are ministry graphics that were all created with AI. I know, it's remarkable. They actually were created with ministry templates with a software called Creativo AI. You know, your team can save so much time using AI and a digital outreach system for content creation. Now, number 4, enhance your digital content and outreach. That means create visually appealing, emotionally engaging, and just great spiritual content that's bringing people on their next steps, man, with the Lord. So adapt your messaging to the platform. Every platform's different. You got to communicate differently there. Communicate on each platform to reach people. And that's where AI can help because it can communicate just in the correct way to the right people. And encourage your community participation with user-generated content. Now, imagine an AI evangelist that's managing targeted social media campaigns, not just blasting these just generic posts, but understanding your community's online habits, their hopes, their struggles, then crafting messages to speak right to their hearts, attracting new members, deepening existing connections. That's exactly what an AI digital outreach system can do for you. This is the same thing that we use for our clients, an AI evangelist that's reaching out 24/7 for you online. Now, if you're getting value out of this video, let's stop right here, hit that subscribe button, and drop a ready to grow in the comments. Now, number 5, maximize your online presence through social media and beyond. That means maintain an active, engaging social media profile. That means respond to comments, messages, and man, just build community online. Use targeted advertising to reach people. Maximize your online presence. This brings me to your brand and your design. Who are you speaking to? What is the language you're speaking to them? You know, as a young missionary out on the missions field, one of the powerful things I realized is you have to speak the language of the culture. You know, when I was in a country, I would learn out, man, the language they speak, the culture, the things they do, the things they say. In the same way, in today's world, you may think I speak English or I speak the language of the people you want to reach. You need to understand that visuals, the aesthetics, you need to speak to them in the ways that they'll respond. And that means that you need to speak the exact language that they'll listen to, because if you're out there screaming in English and everybody speaks Spanish, nobody's going to listen to you. In the same way, this applies to online. Now, there's different things you can do as well. You can also utilize as we speak out. Excited to talk to you about strategies and ways that when you're speaking their language, you draw them in, reach them, and impact them. Now, your brand, your design, your logo to your website, that's having a conversation with people. That is speaking to them. Your brand and website will either make you or break you. When someone lands on your website, you actually have less than a second. They make a split-second decision. But if they stay, then it's between 7 and 15 seconds. You got 15 seconds at the most. They say the 15-second rule. Now, if you can get past that, then the average session is, 2 minutes, 17 seconds. Someone will stay for 2 minutes, but it's all in that first second, and then you got 15 seconds. Some people make an aesthetic decision just without even thinking. I don't like the website, they bounce just like that. Or they see it and they're like, oh, you know what? Nope, that is not for me. Or they start reading and they're like, gone, 15-second rule, I'm out. Next is number 6, optimize your church website and digital pathways. That means just ensure that your church website is user-friendly, it's mobile optimized. Man, these days you gotta be mobile first. Create clear, easy to navigate pathways for your newcomers, man, to learn about the church, man, to be able to get who the staff are, the services, the time. All of it has to be clear paths of what are the next steps. Implement some simple online connections and points for prayer requests or just small groups or volunteering or getting connected. And also offer the ability for online and for donations, but make sure this is all on point. Now, when you put a focus on reaching people digitally, you're going to realize that you're going to reach outside of your church doors and you're going to start impacting people in ways you never thought possible. And especially when you implement an AI digital outreach strategy. Your message, your mission starts outside the doors of your church. So our seventh and final step is all about action. Just like Nike's slogan, just do it. You've got to just do it. Have some massive action and go for it. Number 7 is launch a digital outreach system. That means develop a structured system that's consistently reaching people and engaging them. That means, man, all the time you're reaching people online. Use email marketing, social media campaigns, targeted ads, community, man, reaching people. Implement tracking and follow-up. Use AI, man, to reach visitors, bring them down digital pathways. Launch the system and just go for it. Start touching people and let AI do it for you. Now be prepared. When you get a vision and you invest and put massive action on digital outreach, your message is going to be amplified and you're going to grow. So as you launch out your digital outreach team, you may need help. If so, man, reach out, to our team, or you can get a copy of the book I wrote here, once again, Grow Your Church with New Technology. And also free advertising. If you'd like, check down below in the link. You can get a copy of our book. Learn how to grow your church with AI and just impact more people. So check down below if you'd like to reach out to us and our team. Take a look at our other videos, how to grow your church with AI, implement an AI digital outreach system. Watch the video here for steps towards digital growth if you're wondering how. Once again, this is a great video that'll take you to the next level. And friends, remember, trust in the Lord and do more good.